phone and make a pledge. So many superstars dropping by over these 2 days, including Chris Berman, who's here from ESPN, and of course doing the radio for the Red Sox. Hearing you on the radio this year, it's kind of fun.
It's been fun. Hi, fellas. Hi, Steve. TC, good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you.
And good to be part of this radiothon, which is, it's to everybody's heart.
Yeah, but it hits you close to home.
Well, but
what your daughter went through, we've all been touched by it, but when it comes into your house, when it comes into your family, it becomes personal, doesn't it?
Well, it does not only cancer, and you learn it, you learn what kind of dedicated folks there are to curing it and helping everybody with no matter what they have. And in our case, as you heard yesterday with Meredith, who was more eloquent than me on radio, she had tongue cancer surgery November 1st, at 7 weeks of radiation, all at Dana-Farber. So we can't say enough about every person, from the very top surgeons to those that bring you from point A to point B. Yeah. If you want to call it a wonderful experience, I don't know that that's the right term, but given what you're dealing with, everybody is wonderful, and then top that in capital letters.
How's she doing right now?
Great. She's she's back to work. She works for Brown, and you're not done with it. You're in remission, or you're not done, but tongue cancer, she was sharp enough to question what was going on early. And look, I'm not this, but anyone that wonders, I wonder if, not day one, you have but don't sit on it. Right. She didn't sit on it. I said, no, it's got to be, well, I've had this here for a couple of weeks, Dad. She had it checked on her own and got her and made all the difference in the world.
Yeah. And tongue cancer is very treatable with early detection. But a lot of people don't, because like you said, they think it's a canker sore. They think it's whatever.
We all
let it go, yeah.
But maybe 20 years ago, it wasn't as treatable. I don't know. I don't think it was. I mean, so the work that's being done and the research that's being done.
And the money being raised.
Oh, my God. What are we at?
2.58 million?
Wow.
And that's before you came on. The phones are going to light up.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, we're going to close it down tonight also. So, look, we have a goal? Is there a...
we got a top 3. Obviously, I'd like to be as close to 4 as we can.
Look,
let's do it.
What do we got, 6 hours?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Hopefully.
What do you think?
The little rain, we might have 8 or 9 or 10 hours. You know what I mean?
Do they extend? We might have a doubleheader tomorrow with 3 different teams.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, play the 8th and 9th of this game, the 10th of the other game.
They just have to change locker. We'd have the Phillies at 9 in the morning, and then we'd have the Royals at 1.
Be like one of those college tournaments in Fort Myers in February,
right?
Where 3 teams are hanging around waiting.
Double elimination. We could just keep playing.
Round robin.
There's lots of things that could happen.
You're a national guy, obviously. Been doing it for, 4 years at ESPN, but you've got New England roots, and you understand what this means, the connection between the Red Sox and the Jimmy Fund. There isn't really anything else like it in sports.
No.
Anywhere else.
No, well, you know that, and certainly, Tom, look, when I was young, I grew up in Connecticut, I didn't really know what the Jimmy Fund was and didn't really know what cancer was, because who knows what you're 8, 9, 10, 12. But very early you learn, okay, Jimmy Fund, Red Sox, well, that's to help cancer. It's been going on long since before I was
Ted Williams.
Yeah, Ted Williams. This must be good. I mean, I'm talking about it being a third grader, figuring out what this is. And to be part of it, whether we as a family were hit by it this year or not, really doesn't, I mean, just to be part of what you hope is the ultimate solution, but every year there are more solutions, right? And every year there are more opportunities for people to at least be given real hope. I mean, not every story. You go into Dana-Farber, as we were new, knowing nothing before surgery and everything else. Yeah. You go through all your tests. No one there, everyone is scared. I don't want to say scared, but no one's there because that's where they want to be.
Right.
I'm not talking about those who work there.
No, that's right.
And you're all on edge. And to give legitimate hope, not, hey, it's going to be all right. No. That's not the business of cancer surgery and cancer recovery. Yeah. But to go in there and know that if I had gone in 10 years ago, this might be the percentage for everybody might be a little bit different. We're just proud to be a small little part. I mean, I don't, the 5 games that I've done, this will be game 5 of 5. I mean, how many did you do, by the way?
4. Maybe a
You
couple
got a
more.
couple coming up?
I got more.
I'm only 5, so you could pass me.
All right, can I pass you?
Yeah.
I noticed, though, you 5?
5.
Your name was, they went right to the top. Chris Berman and a few others doing radio.
Well, the internet had a good time, and then hopefully they listen. Go, hey, that was okay.
But it was fun. You bring fun. He brings fun to it, right?
Sure.
The point is, it's baseball. Let's go.
Yeah. It's supposed to be fun.
Here's what I want to ask the two of you. Well, I've got the two of you here. We all love the game, right? I mean,
Yes.
you're synonymous with football, but you've always come back to baseball because you love the game.
Right.
We're in this because we love the game. You played the game at a very high level for a very long time. But we're also at a moment in time where all I hear is what's wrong with the game. How do we fix the game? And I know you and I go back and forth because I'm looking for change and he's not. But is it too much right now? It seems like everything is bad news when we talk about the game. You watch a game, you have a great time. But all you hear about the business of baseball is that it's headed down a bad track.
I don't know, but bad is relative, right? Bad is, I don't really know how many people are sitting in the seats. I mean, we give the attendance figures, and the prices behind the plate everywhere are so astronomical that you're wondering who's there. But the game remains American, truly American. The game remains wonderful when it's played well. The game remains in our heart. And I look, we look at the same figures, Tom. It's a good question. We could go on and on and on. Do I think that home runs, strikeouts, and walks are all we see now more than 10, 20 years ago? Maybe. Does that mean it's in bad shape? No. Do I prefer the National League game to the American League game? Yes. But that's because I'm kind of a purist, and Bruce Bochy explains some of what he's doing to me afterward, managing afterwards. But that's,
the home runs, the walks, and the strikeouts are all we saw because that's all you showed us for 40 years on the highlights.
We had long highlights,
man.
We web gems. We had all
Web
sorts
gems,
of stuff.
see?
So look, the baseball is. Look, I see plenty of kids at the park with 6 years old and 16 years old with shirts and hats. It's not like it's only 64-year-old guys.
Yeah, I mean, what I
As
see
fans.
what I see with analytics, I think there's a huge spot for it in the game, but I think it's taking over to a point where they're overstepping their welcomeness in the game. I think when they start talking about putting a guy on second base in extra innings or moving the mound back a couple feet or robotic umpires, that to me is idiotic. It doesn't make sense. We love the way the fabric of the game has been the same for so many years, and I just don't think that those kind of things need to be changed.
Well, I'm an old school guy. I read a couple of paragraphs, I was preparing for these games with stats I've never used.
Right.
It was good. I didn't have to read half of what I was given because I won't.
Don't know what it is.
I know
don't care.
war is a big thing and stuff, but we just had D-Day 75 years. All right, I'll stop there. I'm an old. I get it. I get it. The truth is in the middle, but that's not ruin. It's just look. Let me take it to tonight's game, okay? Philadelphia. It doesn't mean that the fellow before Charlie Manuel, now the hitting coach of the Phillies, who managed them to 5 straight, pennants in a World Series, and he was in Cleveland with all those guys. I talked to him for about 20 minutes. I've known Charlie a while.
Yeah.
And his approach is so, he goes, you don't teach hitting, this is how you do it. It's like, let me see Tom. Let me watch you for a little bit. I don't mean 5 minutes. Let me see Steve. Well, let me watch you. I mean, in a perfect world, spring trend.
Yep.
Okay, I think
Teach
you
off of
could
that.
do this
Right.
with what you have. You could do this with what you have. But you also could do a couple other things you don't think you have. I'm going to teach you. But this is how you do it. Here's the manual.
Yeah.
Right.
Go
It's
do
not a
it.
cookie
And it was
cutter
so
sport. It
refreshing
doesn't-
to hear him talk about
It
it.
doesn't come off of a computer.
And you've got the Mets hiring an old guy as a pitching coach. You got Charlie Manuel coming back. All of a sudden, maybe we're going back to
Well,
where
I
it
don't
was
know
like-
that in every case, but I know you got to wrap it. You got a lot of people to get on here, but I will say, those guys have forgotten more baseball than we'll ever know. Okay.
One more quick one for you. You are known for your great calls, different guys. I know you have favorites. What was yours for me?
Well, because you already had, Lions, Tigers, and
Bears.
He did a
Oh,
homer.
my.
I would go. "All right,
happen
Steve,
very
you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Steve Lyons going. He hits it, going to right field, back. Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my! The key was the oh my. I mean,
Exactly.
Again,
Didn't happen often.
You didn't
so
have
the
to know
reading
baseball or know where you played. It was, I've seen that I've seen that movie.
You just had to be lucky enough to be there when he hit a home run, and that was hard
it
to
wasn't
do.
often.
Well, that's
More
why-
likely he's pulling his pants down over on first base.
Back
So
then,
that's
I
a
was
whole
doing
different-
Sports Centers and Baseball Tonights every night. So over the course of 6 months, I had
You saw
a
'em.
couple.
There you go.
I had a couple.
Those were the greatest. It's
Listen,
great to have you back.
Nice to see you guys.
Great to hear you with Joe Castig.
Steve-O.
Thanks.
Yeah,
You
we got
found-
tonight's
You're
game.
with Joe Castiglione because you found a guy who can look at you and say, you haven't been in the business that long. You know, stick with me.
He's
I'll
from-
teach you a thing or
From
two.
Connecticut.
Yes, that's
I
right.
wore my Whalers hat and just
Nice.
to do that. Listen,
Play Brass Bonanza on the way up. Just to make
listen.
you feel at home.
Even a small amount, or even you could give some time, maybe moving forward. Anything is helpful to the Jimmy Fund.
The great Chris Berman. Boomer, thank you for coming by. Thank you for picking up the phone. Do exactly what Chris just said. No gift is too small. For helping strike out cancer, help us in the battle against the disease. We'll come back.